Okay, Doctor Strange review. This is a spoiler review, so if you don't want to know anything about the film, go see it first and come back so you can hear what I thought. And if you don't care about hearing anything about the film, watch this because I'm going to be telling you some stuff. Okay, first of all, this movie was fantastic. I loved it. I absolutely loved it. Now, I was a little shaky seeing some of the trailers. I was like, are they going to show magic the way that I've seen Doctor Strange in the comics? Is it going to be what I need to see? A lot of that glass breaking effect when they were going into things and reality bending, like the buildings changing shape and stuff, was cool. But I'm like, that's not all that I've ever saw from Doctor Strange. And I was wondering if any of that was like them entering the astral plane. I didn't think they showed any astral plane stuff yet. But when they did, it was fantastic. All right, trust me, there's a lot more in this than you see in the trailers. This movie was so good. The special effects were mind-blowing. I saw it in 3D. I recommend going to see it in IMAX 3D. The actors recommend that. I know every movie that they want to be a big 3D movie, they say, you got to go see it in this. No, you should see this one in 3D. The effects are just that much more pop. Benedict Cumberbatch. Perfect. When they said they wanted to get him for Doctor Strange or he got cast, I said, yeah, I think he could do it. I hope he could get the look, but I know he's a great and amazing actor, but I hope he has the look right. And when that first magazine cover came out, I was like, yes, he's Strange. Besides that, everybody, Mads Mikkelsen, Tilda Swinton. Tilda Swinton was great, fantastic. The Ancient One was exactly what you think it should be. Just top-notch, pardon my language, badass. Really, she was that, and she was good. I know they whitewashed the Ancient One. They were afraid of doing something. They'd be so afraid. I'm like, you're not afraid to keep making characters who are white in the pre-existing material white. And people saying, oh, we got another white character in a movie. There's too many white characters. Where the black guys? There's no Latinos or Asian. Then don't be afraid to cast other ones, especially if they're minorities, in these films. Minorities in the United States, but in these films, you could have made the Ancient One Asian or of Oriental descent. You know what I mean? But Tilda Swinton killed it, like I thought she would. She's an amazing actress. I love her. I love her work. She did her thing, and it was great. Everybody in here, Mordo. Mordo was cool. I liked him. He started out more like ally. Now, I read a lot of old comics. I love old comics, especially origin stories and everything closely related. I like to go in order. And Doctor Strange, Mordo was a villain when he met him. He was a student, a pupil of the Ancient One, but he was trying to take the Ancient One out because he said the Ancient One had secrets or knew more, and he was going to get rid of him, and he's going to be the top, sorcerer. Doctor Strange didn't even believe the Ancient One at this point. He wanted to leave, and he just stumbled upon Mordo making a spell, trying to take out the Ancient One. So that was kind of cool to have them have a friendship and somebody who helps him along the way, help him take out the main villain, who Mads Mikkelsen played. Mads Mikkelsen did his thing. Now, the thing about Marvel villains everybody talked about is they're not fleshed out enough. We don't spend enough time with them. They're not well developed. Well, what origin stories that's going to happen unless the villain is somebody who was a part of the hero's origin. Now, when you look at Obadiah Stane and Iron Man, first Iron Man, he was Tony Stark's father, friend, his partner, and he also became Tony's partner and friend. And they had a relationship there. There was things, more interaction, and you saw how he, was a villain because of greed. More so, he just wanted to, he wanted control. You know what I mean? But in this, you just see a person as a villain. But it worked for me. I mean, Mads Mikkelsen character, I keep forgetting how to pronounce his name. But his character was basically explaining the Ancient One has some secrets, done some things. She don't want us to know. She don't want to tell us. And that's why I'm doing what I'm doing. He basically just got, shifted and turned the wrong way. He was looking for all the right answers in the wrong spot. That's how I feel about that. Mordo, his change, I get it. He was mad, just like Mads Mikkelsen's character was. But he just, it took a little bit more for him to break. You know what I mean? So by the end of the film, the last after credit scene, you see that he is now just, he has this idea. There's too many sources in the world, and that's why things keep going wrong. Let me clean things up. But his way of doing it is a little villainy. But Cumberbatch, like I said, was fantastic. He was great. The special effects, the magic was used very well. It's a different type of magic. This is comic book magic. They do have a lot of other people that have magic in Marvel's Marvel's universe. Not cinematic, but in the comics. I think Warcraft did magic very well for how it's done in the video games and others forms. And it's just how Harry Potter's magic is different from Warcraft's. Doctor Strange or Marvel's comic book magic is different from that. I love the idea of having enchantments, things that have abilities or can bring out abilities in a person, because it's just, there's some magic people or beings just can't do alone. They can't hold on to that magic. So you have enchanted items that help you along the way. I always like that. So that's pretty cool. The cape was cool. It's almost like a sentient being, almost, you know what I mean? So reminds you of Spawn's cape, how it seems alive, but this one had a mind of its own, and it really helps. I like the cape. But everything was cool. The interdimension travels, the portals to different places. This movie moves at a really good pace. It's kind of fast paced because it has to tell so much in a little bit of time, but it moves really good. I think the only thing is we really want to know how much time it was that he was training, and it doesn't seem like it was a lot, because before his accident, when he's in a car, he gets a phone call that some ex-pilot or whatever was in an accident involving an experimental suit, and that was Rhodey. Of course, that was Rhodey. Rhodey's back injured, and he was like, I don't have time for it, somebody else can do it. So obviously this takes place after Civil War, and then he becomes the Sorcerer Supreme. So how long did that happen? You know, how long was he training? How long was his hands injured and it took for him to get all those surgeries? That is the one thing I think we were left without. They didn't tell us how much time has passed and his training. But Mordo kind of explained it. He's like, you shouldn't have been able to access certain things. He's like, I got a photographic memory. That helps. But other than that, Mordo said, you have a natural ability for this. Some of us do. You know what I mean? So we are the ones that's going to catch on to this pretty quick. So that explained that. I mean, come on now. It's a comic book movie. It shouldn't make total sense in our reality. It's going to be some corny stuff in there. It's going to be comic bookish. You know what I'm saying? But the movie overall was good. I said I would definitely, actually, I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10. I really am, because there's room for improvement. You know, high 8 or 9 out of 10. I really am, because I really like this movie. I think it just hit the nail on the head with what it was supposed to do. It's a really good movie. I suggest everybody go see it. But there's another villain. You might all know him. He's got like a purple face, flames on his head. And it was cool to see that villain in there too. And I think the ending, the third act of the film, what Strange did to win, and it wasn't really a win like he defeated the villain. It's more so, you have to make a deal for me because you don't like what I did, by using time. Obviously, that's the time stone, Infinity Stone inside of the Eye of Agamotto. I mean, they even say it in the film. You know what I mean? Like I said, this is spoilers. But the thing is, he used a time loop. So he puts a spell like, if I die, it just repeats itself. And he introduced time to a space or a dark dimension where there is no time. You know what I mean? And they also gave the Ancient One a flaw, or if you want to call it a flaw, she was drawn upon power from the dark dimension since there's no time there, so she wouldn't age. And, you know, her pupils are like, oh my God, you're doing something we shouldn't do, and that's dangerous, and it can have consequences. Why should I listen to you any further? I get it. They did their thing. They handled and blended it all together, and it worked pretty well. Overall, this video is getting kind of long, but overall, I think the movie was fantastic. It's great. Please go see it. It was a great film. I don't know if it's in my top 5 favorite Marvel films, but it might just squeeze its way in there. It was really good. I love Guardians of the Galaxy, but for some reason, this is one of the films that I like it so much. It was great. I can't wait to see more. I can't wait to see what he does in Infinity War. He's going to learn new techniques. I'm pretty sure this is going to be fantastic, introducing Strange into this universe. And I heard someone say, I think it was on Collider, that this was the right time for this movie. If you did this 5 Marvel movies ago, everything else would have seemed just a notch down from what it was and how amazing it was, because this was such an amazing film. Anyway, that's all I got for my review of Doctor Strange. Like the video if you liked the video, leave some comments, share and subscribe, and I will see you next time.